Warning: the following show contains strong language and content that may not be suitable for a younger audience. The show can also contain spoilers for any and all anime and manga, so always check the description below for the relevant spoiler warnings. And if you don't, then that's your fault, so consider yourselves warned.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to episode 7 of the Manga Raiders Happy Hour. My name is Simon, otherwise known as Vacant. I am still alive, contrary to popular belief. I've not died just yet. It's only a cold. That's probably, if you notice, why my voice is sounding like very croaky. Some would say very a bit soothing though, like, you know, it's sort of like that Family Guy episode when Peter has the cold voice and Lois finds it very attractive. I think I've got that. So some say I sound like a Roger Moore. I don't hear it myself, but hey ho.
I'd like to meet these people, Bacon.
Yeah, they're definitely real. They're definitely real, these people.
Definitely.
Of course, and I'm not alone. Joining me, as always, is...
Sup, people? I'm Josh, otherwise known as Noisy or Manga Raiders. I'm not ill. I'm happy and ready to go.
Motherfucker. And joining us as well, or as always,
it is I, Lego, otherwise known as Maestro, otherwise known as Mordecai. No, I'm joking, guys. I admit my name is Lego. So, yeah, I happen to be sick. Sick as a dog, as in sick as in awesome, as in sick as in ill, with the deal to deliver the... Oh, wait, I was going to say something bad.
Go on, keep floundering. I'll
stop time. Myself. No, it's okay. Yeah, this is me, Lego Maestro. Lego.
Yeah. Apologies.
Can I start introducing myself now?
Yeah, sure, you can. You should have stopped long ago, in truth. Or do you want somebody else to introduce you, Lego? Are you demanding celebrity status and having somebody introduce you? Maybe for the next episode, but for this one, this will be your last, your sign-off of introducing yourself, I think, then. Apologies in advance, anyone, if you hear coughing or anything like that, but yeah, I'm ill. What can you do about it? It's hay fever and cold and all this hot weather. Nerds aren't supposed to be out in this weather. I think that's what it is. I'm not destined, not long for this world.
What is it? It's like pollen is floating all over the sky, terrorizing people's nasal cavities, or what?
Terrorizing people. I used to make it sound like a hostile alien invasion. Oh shit, the pollen alert's high! Everyone get inside! Get the motherfucking Benadryl out!
I'll totally watch that movie. Hay fever apocalypse. Everyone sneezing.
Haypocalypse.
Sounds like the bad sequel to, like, Hobo with a Shotgun.
Oh my god, that film was amazing.
Oh, that film! I just watched it. It was
it's so terrible but amazing.
I finished. I was like, "What did I just watch? And why is it so awesome?"
It was on at when I was at work. It was on at the office, but it was really late. It was like midnight, and it was just for some reason on Film 4. And I was just like transfixed. I stopped working because I was just like, "What is this movie? Am I hallucinating? Has everyone else seen the same thing that I am?"
I don't know that movie. How it happened. You know, I swear the guy looked like Sean Connery for some reason.
He did a little bit, to be
He
fair.
does, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you alive there,
don't tell Sean Connery.
No one tell Sean Connery about that, please.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Definitely watches these.
Yeah, absolutely. These. Sean Connery sends us. He's actually asked for a signature. I'll go on record now and say, Sean, Mr. Connery, we'll do one better than a signature. We'll give you a shout out right here on the Community Happy Hour. And the drawing that you sent of Ichigo Kurosaki was bob on. It was fantastic. We'll have to share that as well. I like these because we can say this, and as far as everyone's aware, it could be true. No one can disprove
Can you imagine if there are some celebrities out there who are seriously otaku, seriously otakus? Like, oh man. I do believe one of the members on the forum is actually a celebrity.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No, Lego, you're not a
Don't
sniper.
out somebody.
You
Don't
bastards!
out
Why
somebody.
do you kill my punchline, Noisy? Is this what friends do now? I've seen your life. I've seen your ways, man. I have seen your hating ways.
No
Yeah, I
hate,
was
no
going to
hate.
say speak.
But yeah, before we go completely off the rails, this is episode 7, and it's also a very special one as well. This is going to be a bit of a serious episode, a bit more. We've got a bit more structure, because we have a lot to get through. It's going to be the 2015 Summer Anime Season Preview. We are going to sit down and we are going to go through nearly every show that's lined up, go through
New
the
ones.
synopsis, yeah, any of the new IPs, and maybe if anyone's watched the set, like if there's any second seasons that anyone's watched and wants to chime in about, more than welcome to do so. But we're just going to give you a little preview, show you what we think the show could be, if it's going to be worth watching, and if not. So stick around if you're interested in that, definitely, and also stick around even if you're not, because you're guaranteed to find something that you'll enjoy. But first of all, before we get down to business, Noisy, how are you, my friend? How's the week been? Have you been up to much? Has anything good or anything exciting happened to you in your life?
I've been good. I've been a bit stressed out these last couple of days because I've been planning this trip to Canada, to Hueco Mundo, as
Is that Hueco Mundo?
as Lego likes to say. Yeah, it is apparently.
Yes.
Why?
And just why is it Hueco Mundo to you?
he says he's going to a place where apparently, oh man, this will sound so offensive to Canadians. Okay, I'm just jumping on the Canadian hate wagon train for fun. It's nothing personal, but apparently he's going to a place where there's no Wi-Fi and it's dark, and he'll be climbing mountains and stuff like that. And
I'll have Wi-Fi, maybe. I don't know. Maybe
Thing
in the
is-
hostels.
Lego, you can't
See?
prove that Hueco Mundo doesn't have Wi-Fi. Eisen would have installed that shit in there. That's one of the first things that happened. You must have missed that Oh Mate chat turrets when Eisen's getting, ringing up Sky for some Wi-Fi.
Virgin. Why isn't my Wi-Fi working properly? You said it was 100 megs.
100 meg, motherfucker. Ginichi Moru is not getting his porn that he wants. I don't know if he watches porn.
He has a Twitter page and Facebook page.
Anyway, yeah, I've been just planning and booking buses and booking hostels, and it's just so tiring. It really drains it out of you, like, especially because we were going from this idea that we'd have a hop-on, hop-off bus pass for the entire trip. And we called up student travel advisors, or STA, I don't know what the A stands for. And we called them up just to check a few things, because their pass on their website wasn't matching up with the one on the actual website.
Uh-huh.
And we called them up and we're like, so can you check these things? Oh yeah, it's not a hop-on, hop-off service. You can only get on and off between Vancouver and Banff. And we were just like, so why don't we just book a normal bus ticket between the two? So just the whole kind of the whole original plan just kind of crumbled and dissipated, and we've had to reorganize everything. It's just driving me a bit nuts, but we're getting there, and I'm really excited to go.
So what is it going to be, backpacking or set points that you're going to arrive at and then chill out for a while, then move on to another one by bus?
Yeah, it would be more set points and just busing between major landmarks and cities. We've got a pretty, I've been writing out a whole itinerary for us. We're not leaving us much room to breathe in terms of if we find something else to do. It's going to be pretty tight, but we have a lot to fit into 5.5 weeks of traveling, so got to make the most of it.
Hell yeah, man. More to that. I'd love to travel at a point.
How about you, Lego? How you been?
Oh, I've been awesome. Yeah, I've been pretty awesome. Yeah, yesterday I was almost shanked by a flu and also some social anxiety. But yeah, I'm back on my feet again. Been keeping busy with the writing and drawing thing. I'm on fire this week, man. I've still got protagonitis. What is the name of that sickness?
Protagonitis.
Protagonitis. I seem to still have protagonitis, man. German learning going well. Met a random lady who happens to have visited Malawi before, so she likes talking to me. Apparently, I
Do
make
tell. Do tell.
I make it look easy. I'm sorry, guys. It's just I don't know. It must be all the the maestro that's within my. Okay, I'm sounding pretty cocky, yeah, but yeah, I've been keeping busy. I had my own drawing thing going on for a while, writing, yeah, and anime. I've started watching something. It was I've forgotten which anime it was. It must have been. God damn it! What anime was I
Started
watching?
watching something.
Such
No
a
idea what
great
it is.
anime.
It's that really good one by that guy in that studio. It's where that school kid
What was I
meets
watching?
another school kid, and they're in the council. It's all good. Like,
Okay, no, okay, ignore it. Okay, ignore that. But yeah, it's been great. Learning German is a pain in the ass, though.
I can
I
imagine.
wish I could say that in German, but I don't want to butcher the grammar too. I still haven't used the banana line, but I'm still waiting to. For it. I can
We're
see
waiting for you to use
I
it
can
too.
see, yes.
See episode 5 if you want to know what the banana line is all about.
Yeah, what's been happening with you, Vacant?
Well, as I said at the top, I've been struck down by the curse of man flu, unfortunately. I've had hay fever for like the last 3 weeks, so that's no big deal. But just having a flu on top of it makes you really feverish, and especially now, here in England, it's finally become sunny. It's going to be one of the 3 days of the year where we actually have really warm weather.
Oh
So
man,
I've been roasting my bollocks off today, which hasn't helped whatsoever. I've felt so tired and just like my eyes are on fire. But we're getting through it. We're doping up on tablets, and I figured because it's sunny and because it's hot weather, it'd be rude not to do a happy hour
Hell
without
yeah.
having some beer. And of course, with it being so hot and so sunny, I thought I'd go with the mixed fruit cider today with some ice.
Oh,
so
really?
I'm really summering it up.
Which one is that one? You better mention a
Sweet-
brand name.
sweet
I'm going to
shit.
get sponsors for this.
Copperberg mixed fruit cider, really really nice. Nectar of the gods it is. But yeah,
You woman.
fuck you. I'm gonna go on record and say I don't give a fuck. But mixed fruit cider and with crushed ice is so good. It's like, oh my... Because I thought the same as you. I was a skeptic and a non-believer at first, Noisy, when my friend introduced it to me many years ago, and I was like, nah, guy, nah, have a beer, have a pint, If it's not amber...
The
if
irony
it's...
is, I actually quite like it. But...
He's trying to gain the man points. It's okay, don't worry. You can be manly having a Koppenberg. Although I did used to work with a gay gentleman, we went for a few beers when we used to go out with workmates and everything. We went for a few beers, and he actually used to take the piss because I'd have it in the summer when we were in beer gardens. He used to go, "That's such a woman drink." He'd genuinely go, "That's a gay drink. I'm sorry, but that's a." He goes, "I'm not even having that," and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm being emasculated. This guy's having me off here." But I don't care. It's really nice. I really enjoy it, and it's the taste of summer to me. So, other than that, been busy with work, carrying on the Game of Thrones binge as well. I'm on episode 3 of season 5. So when did we start? A week and a half. I've done most of Game of Thrones. So it's been good. Not a week and a half.
Avoiding spoilers, man.
2.5 weeks.
I still haven't watched any of the latest season.
Well,
I need to get on with that.
I was struggling
The
because
fans for Game of Thrones were so nice for the first 2 or 3 seasons. There were no spoilers from the book readers. But now that
there's a
being
lot.
elite and stuff, we read the book. I'm like, fuck you! I'm reading this. I'm watching the series. God damn it! Why do we have to know that?
I'm really because I was originally struggling with how to get season 5, but it's actually on Amazon Instant, so it's on Instant Video on Amazon.
Is it?
So you can buy the entire series. Yeah, all season 5's on there. You can. It's not for free,
was being reasonable.
but you can buy it. It's cheaper than DVDs. I mean, I bought the HD season 5, like HD collection, for £23. That's £23. Pound sterling for anyone who doesn't understand the slang there. But yeah, no, I'm not complaining. So that's not too bad. I get to watch that.
Maybe.
Considering it's
I've
finished
got to use my Prime somehow.
considering it finished 2 weeks ago, I'm not not fussed there. But
I have this. I'm so shocked that I've received a free month of Amazon Prime. Like I can watch series legitimately for free for once and downloading that.
Don't
I'm not
forget
using
to cancel it.
Yeah, because
Don't
you get
forget
charged
to cancel it.
£70.
I got charged 80
Oh.
pounds. But I've
Oh,
used it.
guys,
I've
are you
used it a
serious?
lot.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I had the
Yeah,
month's free,
but-
and if you don't cancel it,
That's only if you don't
Thanks,
cancel
man.
it.
Oh,
if you don't cancel it, you
However,
get
they're
charged for a
really good
year.
about refunds. They're really good about refunds, though.
Oh,
So if you
Good guy,
email
Albert.
them or call them
I've
up,
just received the card. I haven't signed into anything yet, but I need to look into it.
it's really
all
easy
in-
to cancel. To be fair, you go on your membership, press like 2 buttons, and you cancel it. So
Yeah.
it's dead easy to do. You can do
just
it. Like,
don't forget to do
German.
that. That's
I'm never
It's-
done.
It's more just a case of literally just don't forget to do it. The only other thing I've done as well, of particular interest, was I had my first time in a casino, like first proper time in a casino, this last week. Just after we
seriously?
finished recording the happy hour, which was really cool. It was part of work. Apparently, we had to learn poker. Like, so they put on this like little event for us. So we had like free food and free drinks, which it wasn't supposed to be free alcoholic drinks, but there must have been a mix-up because we only paid for like free soft drinks. But the woman was just bringing beer bottles to us, and we were obviously we're not going to
that's
argue.
a mix-
Yeah,
that's
no
a
one's
mix I appreciate.
no one's going to argue with that. So we were just having free beers, and yeah, I can see the appeal. Like we were actually arranging another one to go as well. Like it wasn't real money when we were learning. We were just giving like playing chips, and we were learning a game and stuff. And I'm not going to lie.
Which type of poker did you learn? Hold it.
Yeah, sure. We had 2 cards. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know which type.
It was
And
hold 'em. Okay.
if you ask me
Alright.
if you ask me,
It's the popular one.
yeah, it was the main one that to play. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. But yeah, if you ask me what hand beats what, that I wouldn't know. Like I'd shit out on there, unfortunately. But yeah, no, it was
I
a
know.
lot of fun.
Play poker against if I want to win some money.
Oh no, I was pretty lucky. I had beginner's luck, so I won a couple of hands. But when we started
Right.
playing, we then moved on to roulette, and we played a bit of real money there, which I was winning at first, and then yeah, I didn't lose. I ended up just losing all what I won, but. No, it was really fun. I want to arrange now because it's 30th of June as we stand, and it's payday for me today, so we're arranging like going casino. I don't want to go bang on payday because that would be a very, very unwise decision to go when your bank is full. I said, I'll just spend a grand in the casino. That's a good idea. It's like, no, it isn't. No, it really isn't.
What happens when someone gets lucky and wins a bunch of money from the casino?
You
Can
get
they
the
keep
fuck
it? Like,
out
is
of
it illegal?
there. No, God, yeah, you keep
no,
it.
I mean, and then they decide to just bounce. Can they keep it? Or...
Yeah. If you want to cash in, you can. Like, that's the smartest thing to do in gambling is as soon as you get a big win, get out. Because 9 times out of 10, most people will just sit there and gamble it back in. Even if they don't do it on that day, they'll go back and they'll spend most of it. But yeah, no, that was fun. Casino was fun. I want to go there again. Anyway, but glad everyone's had a good week.
Yeah.
I just want to say, just before we get into the anime season preview as well, we were going to be joined by Manimal. Unfortunately, the timing just doesn't work out for ourselves, because, we're all pretty scattered around the Manga Raiders community across the globe. So
Atlantic Ocean in between us. Or...
yeah, he unfortunately we couldn't make the time, so we are sorry, Manimal, that we couldn't arrange it and fit it around you. We know everyone's busy with their own lives and everything.
Definitely
So
looking forward to him coming on though. And
you will be.
Akane.
He is on the and Akane as well, of course. Akane very soon. She will obviously jump on the Ricer episode, I'm assuming. There's a whole bunch, a huge amount of people that want to come on. Like the waiting list is so long, but we'll get everyone will get on. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm saying that. Touch wood.
Can I just mention the summer is? Oh man, it is awesome. I'm usually not a hot weather kind of guy, but it looks really great out here.
It's pretty
awesome.
amazing. I'm just going to say as well that I've just had a taste of the cider, and I've realised that I've not bought mixed fruits for the second bottle. I've bought cloudberry. It's
What?
fucking horrible.
What?
It
Is that
is
even real?
disgusting.
Cloudberry? It sounds like a berry that.
I don't know what it tastes like. It doesn't
the-
taste great. I'm not going to lie. Well, I'm going to have to
Cloud.
enjoy that very painfully. That's ruined my mood now. That's it. Cancel this entire show. Fuck this. I'm going. But no. Yeah, well, we might as well get into it because before we go on too long, this is going to be a bit of a long episode. It could potentially be, or it could be. You never know. We could be under an hour. We don't know.
Maybe we won't nail it. Be on the money. Nah, fat chance of that happening.
But what we will do is we are going to go through the summer season of anime of this year. We're going to preview all the shows that we can. Now, we're generally ignoring any OVAs, Really not really paying much attention to any movies or seconds or third seasons.
Shorts either.
Yeah, or shorts. It's literally just going to be new IPs of full-length anime, pretty much, that we're going to be looking at. We're going to go, just for help for people, we are going to go in the release date order. First of all, what we've got is on the 2nd of July is Gangsta with an A.
Hell yeah!
Looks fucking awesome.
It looks pretty damn cool. Now, this is adapted from a manga. And we'll give the quick synopsis. Is basically, it is a war of 4 families, I believe. They employ 2 men to help them. I believe it's Warwick and Nicholas Brown. They're both like jack of all trades, independent. One's a gigolo, I believe, and the other one's just like a mute swordsman. And they just kind of get hired and take care of business. And they basically get wrapped up in the in the fighting, in the bloodlust, and the war between the four families. There are also, I did see that there's these like things called Twilights, which are a group of like superhumans, like they have increased speed and strength.
Yeah.
Now, this is based off a manga, and I believe you said that you've read the manga, Lego, haven't you?
Yeah, I have, man.
Yeah.
I'm just so excited that this thing is happening. Like they actually adapted something like, I was like, oh, this thing would be perfect as an anime, but it's definitely not going to happen. But yeah, they're adapting it. I've read up to 30 chapters. It's at a glance it's a pretty basic plot. 2 guys for hire in a crime-riddled city, but it really grows on you fast, and the action is fantastic. And yeah, the characters are great.
To me, it reminds me of like it reminds me of a a version of Get Backers.
Yeah.
In a Japanese mafia setting, and that's pretty cool to me.
Yeah, I'm interested because it's a sign-in, and I'm always a big fan of like gangsters and mafia. So I'm very interested in it. Very interested to see what it's one to watch definitely for me.
The art and animation looks good as well.
It does look pretty damn good.
For me, it's a spiritual return of Black Lagoon, and
I agree with you. It conjures up images of Black Lagoon. Hopefully, it'll be as like that. I really love like the rough and like balls out kind of approach of Black Lagoon. So I'd love a few more of those shows because I don't think there's enough that are getting released. So Gangster would definitely be one that I'd look out for. So we're gonna say, I think we should say at the end of all these, whether we're gonna watch it or not. I'm going to watch this one, definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely going to go on my to-watch list. I think it's already there, to be honest.
Hell yeah, I'm going to watch this. I'm shoving. I'm always pointing it out to my friends. Hey, I read the manga first. Just like the
You can gloat it. You can gloat it over everyone.
The same guy who gets annoyed by Game of Thrones writers gloating.
The next one that's also coming out on the 2nd of July is Chaos Dragon Sekiryu Senyaku. No, I don't have the translation for it. I know Ryu is dragon, so I have I'm guessing it's probably just Chaos Dragon. Who knows?
No idea.
The name, man, Chaos Dragon. I have no idea what this anime is, and the animation company too. And the synopsis, what does it say?
Yeah, the synopsis says the story takes place in Huanli, the year of dazzling, 3015. Donotia and Kuran, I do apologise for any of these terrible pronunciations that I'm doing, are 2 countries fighting for supremacy, are causing the world to be torn apart due to the constant war. Amidst the strife is the island country Ni Kamwi, which has lost its independence. Red Dragon, the guardian of Ni Kamwi, goes out of control. Will the island country be able to regain its independence? So it looks like a fantasy war story. To be honest, I've watched the PV. Doesn't give too much away. It looks pretty fluid, like the animation.
I don't like the character art though. Their eyes are very angular. It's very cartoony to me, and the CG in it is horrific.
Sticks out. Yeah.
So,
interestingly enough, there was a leaked episode that I saw. So.
Oh really?
Really?
So, tell us more.
I was like, aren't I watching the episode already? But then I was like, yeah, okay. It looks pretty. The art looks okay, and it gets into the story fast. From what I've seen so far, it looks like messed up things will happen. Despite the Nekomimi character that's there, it looks like the story was serious. Animation is definitely not top notch, but I'm thinking they're trusting to make the story good instead. There are lots of shots where the protagonist, he's a chibi apparently, this short-looking guy. There's lots of moments where he does not look happy. Like I was reminded of Code Geass, where poor Lelouch was not happy for many times in the story. So. Maybe he'll be like Edward Elric. He's a chibi, but he's awesome, and
Yeah,
I don't.
maybe.
Okay, cool.
The
Yeah, I
complex synopsis, maybe it'll be a great story. I don't know, but yeah, we'll see.
Is it on your
But
watch list? Is it on your watch list, Lego?
Yeah, I'll definitely try it out.
Okay, cool.
I think that's given me a bit more confidence to take a look at it.
Yeah,
I guess.
I think I'll check the first episode out and see how it goes.
Yeah.
And that's everything for July the 2nd. Moving on to July the 3rd, the first one of new IPs that we've got is Rampo Kitan, Game of Lapplace. Now, this is one that I'm quite interested in
Yeah,
because
same.
watching the PV and looking at the synopsis, I'll just give the synopsis anyway, courtesy of Live Chat. It's horror and mystery, and the story takes place at a certain middle school where several murder cases take place. Kobayashi, a boy who goes to the school, meets genius detective Akechi, who comes to the school to investigate. Kobayashi takes an interest in Akechi, and in spite of his friend Hashiba's worries, he volunteers to be Akechi's assistant. So it seems like a murder mystery, element of horror.
Yeah, I'm going to watch this. Hell yeah. I was like, it's inspired by the late work of some Japanese legend author, Edogawa Ranpo. So the thing about Japanese legends, they tend not to be overrated. They tend to be really good on that front. So from what I saw in the preview also. Yeah, what?
Yeah, sorry, what I'm interested in was just how dark it's going to be. Is it going to be a very dark tale, or is it going to be more of a light-hearted kind of detective sort of mystery as opposed
Doesn't look light-hearted at all.
Yeah, that's the thing. Judging from the artwork and judging from the PV, it does look quite, quite
intense.
Exactly, yeah. I'm liking the look.
I just need to know if they're going to go. I don't know. I'm some sort of worried. I get it. It might go Detective Conan, I guess.
Yeah.
The mysteries might not have that much weight. Like, of course, that I've heard Conan is awesome, and since it's lighthearted, and that's what they're aiming for. But I don't know, maybe. But I doubt that an author like that would be writing something so mild or tame. I bet it would be really cool stuff. But we'll have to see. The art looked great to me. It looked interesting, to be honest, different. So, yeah, definitely going to watch this one.
Yeah, it's one that I've got high hopes for. This is one of the big ones that I'm looking out for the season to do well. Definitely on my to-watch list. I'd recommend if people are interested in stuff like that. It kind of conjures up to me a bit of like Danganronpa, Mirai Nikki kind of vibes. I don't know about the killers or the mystery. That's the thing. The PV doesn't give any of that away. I don't know if there'll be any screen time or focus on the motives or who the killers are, or if it's going to be all about the relationship between the two main characters and how they form like a detective partnership. But it'd be definitely interesting to see. Hopefully, like I say, I've got high hopes for it, so hopefully it'll be a really good show.
Definitely here, man. Definitely.
So will you be checking
I
it
really
out,
hope
Noisy?
it's something.
Yes, definitely for me. I'm really looking for a good horror series to get into, and I think this one looks promising. So
the next one on the list, what is that one?
It's Haru, sorry, X Kikanju. Now I'm actually gonna read from the Annie chart synopsis because I think the one on live chart misses out an important point. So it says it follows high school student Hotaru Tachibana, a girl disguised as a boy. Through strange circumstances, she finds herself drawn into a world of survival games by host Masamune Matsuoka. The two form a team with Ero manga artist Toru Yukimura and aim to be the best in Japan.
What of that one?
And so
you watched the PV?
Yeah, I think it doesn't say. It says that it's a comedy and action and a shonen. So they're like tournament. Is it with? It's like a survival tournament, but it's not really like deadly. It's pellet guns and stuff.
Yeah.
She's gonna be like the tsundere gender bender kind of character. I am guessing it's gonna be a fan service heavy as well.
Yeah,
I can just see it coming there.
I saw the PV and I didn't get that vibe from it. Maybe for a more feminine audience, maybe.
Male
Yeah.
fan service, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got those very handsomely
Shoujo.
drawn
Yeah.
characters that can be quite appealing to a female audience. I actually thought the action in it looked pretty cool.
That's what I thought too.
Pretty
Oh.
sleek animation and pretty sleek, pretty like well composed. So I don't know. I'm willing to give it a chance.
I think it might catch fire and become. I think it's shipping fodder for some people. I definitely think there'll be a fan base for
Yeah.
for the characters based on their looks, but it also looks like it's not something that I was aiming for. The selling point seems like the gender bend and the tense moments when like there were like 5 different screenshots of them tensely pointing guns at each other and looking
Yeah.
I was just gonna say it's from the production company that did Durarara and Bakano, so quality-wise, it should be pretty up there.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, just because the action isn't like it's not life or death, it can still work. Because I remember on last summer, there was Sabagabu. I can't remember the pronunciation of it. I think that was right. But yeah, there was that show where it was a group of girls who like had a school club, which was like they just had toy guns and just had like pretend fights, and it was really good. I really enjoyed the series. Like it was so goofy and stuff, but it worked. It worked really well. I thought I immensely enjoyed it. So it could work. It could be one. I might give it a try. It's gonna be low down on the list, but I definitely might give it a look. Might be worth it.
The thing about Japanese, they're able to make stories out of anything. If you can make an awesome anime about calligraphy, then I say give anything a chance. Even if it's not life or death. So hell yeah.
Yeah, it's true enough.
I have comments about the next one though. The next anime on the list.
I think
What's
you
the
should
next anime on the
my
list?
friend.
That is that a period?
Jokumachi no Dandelion.
Oh my word.
So
In the story, the everyday lives of 9 superpowered siblings of the royal family are monitored by more than 200 surveillance cameras and broadcast nationwide. So a reality show for superheroes, okay? The people of this nation who are watching the broadcast will have the ability to elect the next monarch. The story focuses on Akane, the third oldest sister who can manipulate gravity. She's shy and desperately does not want to be seen. Okay.
So to me, this sounds like a really entertaining idea, but really, really dumb. It's like someone saw the Truman Show, and was like, yeah, that's an interesting concept, but I think it needs cute girls and superpowers. Also, I don't know if you saw like the PV or some of the images that came along with it.
No confidence in me at all.
That dad is way too young to have that many kids.
Is he the dad?
Well, he was the dad.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I thought he was just an older brother.
He's way too young, and although like he seems to be fairly polyamorous, because none of those kids look remotely similar.
Yeah.
So they must all be from different mothers or something. But like the protagonist just is like that typical shy girl kind of. It will be an underdog story. I don't think it will be anything special, but like. I think it could be entertaining to a lot of
God
people.
damn it. Papa Sakurada put out young. Let's just say he was on the game young. Because he does not look old enough to be a
I think he must have been like 11 or something.
Yeah, he was... Dick game is strong apparently with that guy. Yeah. But the thing that strikes me as odd with it, that just pointed out, was that under the genre types it says seinen.
How?
Why is it seinen?
How?
I think the idea of like 24-hour surveillance is quite an adult kind of topic. I know that it doesn't look like that, but if you're kind of exploring ideas like that, maybe seinen is okay. I mean, to a point, I'd say something like Tiger and Bunny is also seinen as opposed to shonen, just because of the ideas it explores.
I guess
it's kind of like the concepts. Like it's a show that anyone could watch. Like it would appeal to a shonen audience. However, to fully appreciate the ideas that they explore, shows like that tend to be more seinen in nature. So I don't know. It's just the demographic. I guess. So
Fair enough, fair enough. I was just wondering if there was like some darker undertones or there's going to be more adult themes about it. That's what I was just very curious about. But yeah, no, it does sound like an interesting idea. Depends on the execution. It could be quite witty and
Yeah.
clever. Could be
Mhm.
incredibly dumb. But
I
It
think
has
it'll be
potential.
dumb, but I think it'll be fun.
okay,
Yeah,
no
it
worries.
has potential, but I'll put it on the lower side of the list. I'll wait for other people to weigh in on that one. A plus is that the girls look really cute.
Yeah,
That is
okay.
always a
I
plus.
guess. I guess.
No worries. And yeah, so I'd maybe give it a watch, but it's going to be lower down on the list for me. What
Same
is
here.
next for the 3rd of July?
The 3rd of July? What is next, Noisy?
Ushio Totora. Which is I think.
Oh my God! It's Issue Tutora. Yes.
Yeah, I think
Have you
it's
read the manga?
no, and I think it's already been adapted into anime before, and now
Yeah,
this is
it has.
just
It has
like
some OVAs.
doing it again. It looks like it still has very traditional style artwork, and just obviously polished with new animation techniques and stuff like that. I couldn't really tell much about it from the PV. I mean, I wasn't watching with subtitles, so I understood nothing about what was being said.
I wasn't watching them too.
But I mean,
Man, it looks fucking
it should be a good one.
awesome. It reminds an old school anime, sign-in action. Devilman, if you've ever heard of that one, it just reminds me of so many things. Hunter x Hunter especially, like
Yeah.
a remake of an very old school anime that has a simple shonen-esque plot.
Yeah.
Serious.
Just to go over
Yeah.
the synopsis, I guess it says
Yeah.
Ushio thinks that his father's talk of an ancient ancestor impaling a demon on a temple altar stone with the legendary beast spear is nuts. But when he finds the monster in his own basement, Ushio has to take another look at the family legend to save his friends and family from the invading spirits. Ushio is forced to release Tora from his captivity, but will the creature prove to be worse than the curse?
So it's Pokemon.
Yeah. The beasts, the invading spirits look very ugly and worm-like and bug-like, and
Yeah.
so it's
So,
definitely,
good
if
old
you're squeamish,
school
maybe.
villains.
Yeah. But looks cool. It looks cool.
Yeah, this will be a testosterone-filled epic anime. I think I will enjoy this. In case you're not sure, I am going to watch this one.
Yeah,
If it comes-
I'm gonna watch it as well, I think, or at least start to watch it and see how it goes. It's definitely on my to watch list.
It does look. I'm interested in the animation style. The art style looks pretty cool. So yeah, it could be a good one. Could be entertaining. I don't think it's going to set the world alight, but
No, I don't either.
I don't think it's fair to expect that from every show, to be honest.
It is Mappa though, so you know they do good quality stuff. So.
Yeah. It'd be
Mappa.
a
What else
solid
did they do?
plus.
They did like Amnesia. They did Tokyo Ghoul.
Yes.
Yeah, they did Zankyo no Terra as well. So
Oh.
and
Okay, I'm sold.
Shingeki no Bahamut. So they're all very well
Bahamut has
produced.
amazing animation. Oh, all of them have amazing animation. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
They're
great.
all very well produced, and they take on high quality stories. So I think it will be good. And it's a reboot, so like the source material is going to be strong. It's obviously if they're willing to kind of reanimate it and with modern techniques, then it means that it's well loved by people and worth rebooting, I guess. So
Yeah, that's pretty cool. The next one that we've got for 3rd of July, I think it's the final one on the 3rd of July, is Wakaba Girl. Now this one, I'll just...
Wakaba, what?
Wakaba Girl. Wakaba Girl.
Okay.
Now, I'll give you the synopsis. The story centers around the activities of Wakaba Kohashi, a slightly out of tune super daughter of a well-to-do family and her friends. Wakaba literally...
Wakaba girl.
Yeah.
That is weird. Okay.
Now, it looks like a... Sorry.
bless you.
Fuck's sake.
So what is Wakaba girl?
Wakaba translates into young leaves. Now, she looks like an elegant rich daughter, but she admires the trendy gyaru fashion subculture, there was also the pure innocent fairy tale-like Moeko. Mao is capricious and behaves in her own way, and now used to be an athletic type of girl, but now she loves the boys love genre. So it's basically 4 moe girls with all pretty standard stereotypes, pretty
Slice
standard
of life.
personalities.
I'm this one's definitely not high on my to watch list. I mean, it could be charming. People who like those kind of animes where you sit around and watch young girls eat cake all day, then sure. But
Yeah, I think it's too laser focused a genre for me to even attempt to try. I just no.
yeah.
I can't even have anything to say about it. Yeah. Or maybe the girls are cute, but nah, not me. No.
Yeah.
Vacant? Will you be
Yeah.
giving it a spin?
I would probably give this one a miss, to be honest. I don't think I'm exactly the target demographic for it, unfortunately.
I think none of us are.
That's
No
fair enough.
judging whoever wants to get into it. Yes,
Yeah,
just-
I'm not.
yeah.
I mean,
just- it
maybe
just
give it a
goes
lot.
off my head. I just can't even form an opinion.
Maybe give it a look over, but I think it would probably be something that's kind of like where you switch your brain off, you just watch it as light-hearted entertainment, kind of like a K-On sort of thing, where you just sort of watch it, no frills, no spills. It's gonna make you chuckle, but it's not gonna be like a laugh out loud kind of comedy. It's just gonna be sort of, it's just there.
One
Probably
man
gonna give it a
could
miss.
form an opinion on this thing. I think he's watched one of these types of anime before.
I think, I mean, I assume from the looks of it, it looks like K-On to me. Like it kind of just looks like that sort of, nonchalant group of girls in school who just sort of have their own wacky personalities and just get up to everyday slice of life, basically, for lack of a better word.
Slice of life, indeed. And okay, so I
I
guess
think that there's a lot that I expect from a slice of life genre to get me invested in it, and this just isn't my cup of tea. So
I've seen slice of life done so well that I think I prefer something more
with more substance.
more substance.
Agreed.
Man, who doesn't love a simple coming of age story? The Japanese are experts at those. Just a school story where a boy is just going through his high school life. Hell yeah, those ones are always awesome. But this one, nope. That is July 3rd, or?
That is July 3rd. Oh,
Yeah, on July 4th.
We're on July 4th.
Oh man, lots of anime to watch. Okay, July 4th, what is coming?
Do you want to take this one away? Okay. Oh, all right. I'll do it. The nice and long
Lifetime
title.
isn't showing up, man.
Do you want to take the incredibly long title?
Gate :
Oh fuck!
Jeitai Kanochi Nite Kaku Tata Keri. Sorry for the really botched pronunciation.
Jeitai Kanochi Nite Kaku Takaeri.
We just get Lego to read all of them from now on.
Jeez. Yeah. Tatakeri. Yeah, that's really hard. Congratulations on doing that one.
It is Gato. Just say Gato.
This one looks like a bit of a heavy hitter. It's like a military fantasy war-based.
Interesting world. The plot is random. But okay, from the PV, let me just say what I saw from the PV. The plot seems a bit random. The music really put me off, but it did remind me of some good there's some anime I forgot where some girl goes around with a squadron of soldiers, just one squadron of soldiers. It's called
Jormungand?
No, Pumpkin Scissors. No, not Jormungand.
Oh, Pumpkin Scissors. Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like that, but I guess it'll be a war instead. The action looks interesting, but it seems I was hearing patriotic music. I was just like, what is happening here? I don't know if it's going to be a war tale or it's going to be something focused like Pumpkin Scissors, and the art. It seems cobbled together. It could be a unique spin, but it just seems more random to me. Maybe the characters are great, and maybe the first episode will be fun. But I saw a pig creature, just like I was lazy.
I watched the PV as well, and it's kind of weird because it blends sort of military, like, there's an army jeep and people in, like, just army gear, like modern-day army gear, and then you'll see, like, what looks like an elf girl, and then, like, some kind of pig monsters, like,
And a cat girl and...
Yeah, it's kind of mashing fantasy and military together, like, and there's tanks and stuff. And I know what you mean about the patriotic music. It's kind of quite whimsical, as opposed to like being a bit more hard hitting. Doesn't give too much away the
Yeah, it
PV.
doesn't. There could be something with it. I just think okay, for me it should have at least been darker and grittier. Like if in a modern city the fantasy world suddenly opened there, it would be chaos. You'd see what's that, orcs running around cutting down things. But the
Well, we haven't actually gone through the synopsis, have
Yeah.
we? So the
It's a
okay.
long synopsis.
Okay, go for it.
yeah, okay, no worries. So basically, a portal to a parallel world known as the Gate suddenly appears in Tokyo. Monsters and troops poured out of the portal, turning the shopping district into a bloody inferno.
Mm.
The Japan Ground Self-Defense Force immediately took action and pushed the fantasy creatures back to the gate. To facilitate negotiations and prepare for future fights,
Oh fuck.
the Self-Defense Force dispatched the 3rd Reconnaissance
I know
Team
how to say.
to the special region on the other side of the gate. Wow, this is a really long one. So basically, it follows the self-defense reconnaissance team as they go through the gate and go into the fantasy land. So that would explain why there is a mash of military and fantasy as well. This is one I haven't read the synopsis for, so I'm gonna put my hand up.
You see,
I missed this one.
even the synopsis, it's really mashed together.
That's why when you looked at it, I was like, huh, okay, I must have missed this one. But yeah, no, actually, looking at the PV, because I've looked at the PV, just then, and I've seen the synopsis. Yeah, I can see it.
I'm giving it a try.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
giving
I'm
it a
very
try.
curious how they're gonna mix the fantasy, how they're gonna mix fantasy and military together.
Yeah.
Like the real world with fantasy. I love them kind of blends if they're done well. They
And
can
the
go
main
so wrong
character-
so easily, but we'll
For
see.
me, it's entirely curiosity as
Yeah.
to whether or not they can pull something out. It really didn't like grab me. It is A1 Pictures. They do good quality stuff, but like, it's just when I saw it immediately with this mashup of fantasy characters and real world,
And
like
annoying
military
feel-
stuff, I was just like,
Oh.
meh.
Well, at
It
least
just
the main
didn't grab
character
me.
doesn't look like some another Kirito. I'm sorry for you people who like Kirito, but he's a man. He looks like someone who would belong in a seinen, I guess. But anyway,
It is meant to be a sign-in, so
so it could be.
We'll see.
I am just
we'll
curious.
see.
I have no idea beyond that. I'm just going to try it out, and yeah.
Okay, and the next one that we've got for the 4th of July, like I say, I would try it out because I'm curious as to how the story's going to go. The
Yeah.
next one on the 4th of July is Classroom Crisis.
It's Classroom Star Crisis. The
Sorry,
story
I do
of-
apologize. It's Classroom.
Wait, isn't it one of those things like Hunter x Hunter? I used to always say Hunter x Hunter, but then people put me down. We need to know if is it really Star
I
Crisis?
say Hunter x Hunter, but I'm gonna say
I say
you have
Hunter
to
x
include the
Hunter,
star. Have to
Yeah,
include the
okay,
star.
okay. We're Classroom Drawing of a Star Crisis. We're gonna do. Yeah, because it's so cool that it's got a stylized star in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah. So this one is
Oh man.
slice of life, school life on Mars, basically, from what I gathered. It's slightly in the future, and it's set in Tokyo, like Mars, Tokyo.
Fourth Tokyo.
Fourth
is-
Tokyo, sorry, one of
'cause
Japan's
they've-
new prefectures on Mars.
They've colonized every planet in the solar system, so I'm assuming it's the fourth
Yeah,
planet from the sun or something like that. But
I got
um,
really confused with this one because it was basically saying that like it's all about the economy as well and how like they've got a market share.
hmm.
I think there's the main character is a test pilot. They want to be a test pilot, and the other person's like their engineer. So it goes around their relationship. It's going to be very light-hearted. I don't
Yeah.
see anything dark or anything, particularly.
Like this to me, like I think the concept of colonizing every planet in the solar system is pretty cool. However, I think it suffers from like a weird obsession that the Japanese have with high school stories.
Yeah,
Like,
they've restricted it too much.
I think it like there's no real need for a school setting in this kind of story when exploring this kind of concept. And I think it's like in efforts to fake a kind of pseudo relatability or something like that. But it's just like I'm I'm a bit kind of turned off this just because it's school based. I don't really want to watch another school anime unless it's real like one I cannot miss. Um, so I don't know. I don't know if I want to watch this one, which I feel like is a shame because I think it's a nice little concept they have.
Oh man, did you check out Valve the vibrator? No, I mean the liberator.
What?
is
Sorry? Sorry, what was that? Would you like to repeat that? Sorry, Red.
an anime called Valve the Liberator, but it's joked as the vibrator, bros. It was another high school anime, but with mechs. So it really got weird, and it was just oh my, it was just
Yeah, it seems
You've
like
never
kind of.
heard of it? It's sort of a deconstruction anime where these kids they happen to get their hands on powerful mechs and they conquer a place. So they conquer a small community. They're like, oh, we'll lead our own society now. So, but then things
with
break
this,
loose.
I'd rather-
Morals crumble and stuff. Yeah. So, you haven't heard of that one before? Valve Rave?
I've heard of Valkyrie, but I've never watched it.
They said
Um,
that. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
thing with
can't say
Classroom
I've ever seen it.
Crisis, though, for me, is that like I wouldn't actually mind if they wanted to focus on like a hangar at an airport and like a test pilot building their ships or whatever they want
The
to
plots could be much
do,
richer like
but
that.
but instead they want to do it as a school-based series, and that to me is just like
It's like
an
they've almost
overused
shoehorned in
trope.
the.
It's
Yeah.
I'm just a bit turned off by it. That's the thing.
On my side, I think it might be a truly good slice of life anime that'll be fun as heck. The art is unique, and I'm surprised at how many explosions there are. So I want to see what's up with that. I was like, slice of life, but where are all these space battles coming from? It looks like a coming of age story set in the future, so that's interesting.
I've never heard of the production company either. It's a
Yeah,
new
too.
Les Douce. Never heard of it. Don't
Les
know what
Douce.
it's-
Yeah, they do. Yeah, me too. There's something that I do want to point out though, that I have noticed from the entire animes lineup. From this season, from this year on, or really from last year on, at this point, the animation art has just become so good that you can get tricked into watching. Okay, not tricked, but it might not be the safe factor to judge an anime on anymore because from what I've seen from all the PVs, our animation has just come so far. It's just so freaking fantastic, and
It is true, but
Yeah.
then it makes like poorly animated and poorly drawn series stand out even more now. So like, and to me, if I don't feel like I can enjoy the artwork and the animation, if I feel like it's just too jarring or too poorly drawn, then that could be another real big kind of
Turn off.
no for me in terms of whether or not I watch a series.
yeah. But these days,
We're quite lucky now though. You're right.
yeah, these days it's hard to find an anime where you can honestly say the graphics were so terrible. Go watch something from. Oh man, there's just so many bad, easy examples.
Sengoku Muso. That for me, that was just ruined my Samurai Warriors loving childhood with that poor animation and art. No way, never again.
Yeah. As for Classroom Star Crisis, I will try it out. It'll be on the low priority list, but I'll just check out the first episode. I'm also worried about
Yeah,
this
I'll give it a chance.
but yeah, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, give it a go. Why not? Why not? The next one on the list for July the 4th is. It's a long title as well. It's Shimameta Telugainen ga Sonzai Shinai Daikutsu Nasekai. So a mouthful and a half. It's based off a light novel. Probably, if you've seen the cover image of it, you won't be surprised to know it's an ecchi show.
Very Did any of you watch the PV? Did you see the 15-second warning and siren screen that
I
was just
did
blaring
indeed.
at the front, and then the load bar, which was a penis? I was just like, what?
They start for context, the PV literally starts with a huge warning, like a flashing neon warning.
Exactly.
The siren.
I was traumatized. God damn it.
Yeah, and then just like a penis worm thing as a loading bar. It's not inspiring great confidence. I'm not gonna
I'm
This
lie.
just
anime
gonna
is
say
about depravity in the face. Oh, read the synopsis actually.
I
Go
I
for it,
wouldn't
dude.
be
You read
too
the
quick
synopsis.
to write it off though, because it like if you read we'll read out the synopsis, but
Yeah.
like as a series, it could potentially explore like an interesting idea about like free speech and in a very entertaining way. So, but like obviously be careful that like the warning signs and
Yes.
the penis loading bar are more than enough.
The
kind
girl
of
wearing pants
No.
around her face. But yeah, you read the
But,
synopsis.
yeah,
I
Out,
think
then.
I think the what's that? The novel story is set to it's from a light novel, right?
Yes.
16 years after the law for public order and morals in healthy child raising. This banned coarse language in the country. Oh man, Vacant. This better not happen in your life or you're screwed, man. Tanukichi Okuma enrolls in this country's leading elite public moral school and is soon invited into the societal organization.
Societal, yeah.
Societal SOX by its founder Ayame Kaju. So a fringe group that is against regulation of morals. So he's been blackmailed into joining the group by this female protagonist, and he ends up taking part in obscene acts of terrorism against the talented student council president Anna, who the protagonist happens to have a crush on. So he's basically fighting against the student council, another female. That reminds me of Medaka Box actually.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
The main who is it? The Ayame Kajo.
Yeah.
She
is
like
where
goes around wearing knickers on her face, pants
Yeah.
on her face. I was just like, what? But like it seems really entertaining, but I'm a bit scared to just like go into it without like proper
You don't want to go all.
preparing myself.
Yeah, you don't want to go all in on it.
for me, this is perversion, not etchy. I think
It was quite perverse.
I think I'll leave it alone. I trust the Japanese when it comes to
Wow, you're leaving it alone.
I trust the Japanese when it comes to depravity, dude. I would never. I can't really even say that it would be a guilty pleasure. This might be even like There's another anime called Henzemi.
Uh-huh.
It's about crazy. It's about a club about crazy. A student group with fringe ideas as well, with crazy ideas, and there's one, and then their professor. Then they hand in the assignments. One student hands in a description of the smell of her farts in a bathtub, and.
But are you not in the slightly bit curious to see how they deal with like the social issue that the whole like
no, I think this is just
banning coarse language and stuff causes?
okay. How they deal with it, I'll see. Maybe if it becomes totalitarian and it's interesting, but I'm not going to watch this. No,
Mm.
I
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
trust
it's
the
interesting.
Japanese. I don't.
It looks interesting, to say the least. I like the concept, but I just think, is it going to be derailed by ecchi and
Just how far it will go.
just because
If there's
all in
ecchi-
the name of fan service.
If there's ecchi, I'll watch it.
There will be ecchi. There will not be blood, but there will be ecchi.
But if it becomes beyond ecchi, then we have a problem.
Even Lego taps out at that. The self-proclaimed standard bearer of ecchi will tap out of this
No,
episode.
there's a difference, man. No. Anyway, well,
Fair enough.
I'm
No
gonna
worries.
squeeze knickers on her face, so that's interesting.
So yeah, maybe I might check it out, but probably not. Lego, you're saying no, and Noisy will.
I think I'll check out an episode of it just to see how, or like
How they deal
however
with it.
far I can go in that episode. Just to see how far they're going to take the depravity, because it is about like I'm assuming it's going to be the acts of terrorism are just being like loud and rude in the face of this kind of very controlling society they have
Okay.
in this school, and I think that would be cool. I think the situation that the main character's been like forced into is a recipe for a very entertaining series.
Yeah.
I will be put off if the kind of acts become a bit too much. So
You're
we'll
taking
see. I'll give it like I'll do a kind of pay as you go type thing.
Fair enough.
When I feel like it's time to clock out of the first episode, I'll bow out and be like that's too much for me.
Okay, no worries. Well,
Oh wait, question. What does the title even mean?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Right, no worries. Right, moving on. Because there's a lot.
Durarara 210. I'm so
That's a
excited. I
season
need to
two.
watch.
We'll have to discuss that later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want to throw it in there. I'm really looking forward to getting more Durarara. So as soon as I have time to watch the second series of Durarara, I'm right on that. It's going to be awesome.
So
Yeah,
Noise is excited for
Yeah.
Durarara.
I'm so excited.
The next new IP, from what I assume, is on the 5th of July, and that is Charlotte. It's from PA Works. A nice and easy name. If you want to know what the translation of that is, Lego, that's a name.
Oh, what it is. Oh man.
I'll give you the synopsis, courtesy of Live Chart.
Oh man.
It's very few adolescent boys and girls have an onset of special abilities. Yu Otosaka is one such man who uses his abilities, unbeknownst to others, in order to lead a satisfying school life. Then one day, a girl named Nao Tamori suddenly appears before him. Mysterious girl suddenly appears out of nowhere.
Oh man, that's never happened before, has it?
Never in the history
Probably a
of
transfer
life.
student, isn't she?
It's probably a mysterious transfer student in the next episode, but we'll see. Their encounter reveals his destiny for wielders of special abilities. Now, I've looked at the PV. I've only read the synopsis and PV.
Oh, the PV.
And the PV doesn't really give anything away, not the one
No.
I saw.
I didn't see
You
anything
didn't
there.
see much?
It
Oh,
kind of
okay.
focuses very heavily on like just introducing the characters and just like sharing the school life. Like there's one where they're just having a meal, someone's recording something.
Oh, you
There
bet.
is a shot of the guy. There is a shot of you standing over somebody. It looks like they've just had a fight, but other than that, you don't really see anything.
Did you guys hear the music? What did you think of the
yeah,
music from
I
the-
Yeah, but I can't remember it.
I thought the music was like the one thing that might actually excite me to watch this because it's just
You
such
didn't-
a
you didn't get
bland,
the Clannad
overused concept.
music feel from it?
How the Clannad?
Okay, guys, you didn't see
No.
that flashcard of the names in the end. The guys, Angel Beats, the guys who worked on Angel Beats were written in there, and Shirobako too.
Oh yeah, really.
Idea. What's that? After watching it, I was like, oh man, this is beautiful. And okay, main character definitely reminds me of Lelouch, as I saw. Can't you see that look he has? And the
Yeah,
girl
I
looks
can see in
Yeah, I
the
can see
cover
it.
art,
Did it?
he looks exactly like Lelouch.
That's what I thought. And the girl looks interesting enough to be an actual character. She's not just a mysterious thing. And the music, and this was while I was watching the PV, I was like, and the music, I've heard this sort of music before. And I predict that this show will be a hard-hitting show in the end. I mean, Angel Beats. Dude, Angel Beats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you giving it a watch?
We'll definitely watch with a handkerchief nearby. For when
I think I'll wait
Like
until
I
you
meant
watch
to-
it and hear what you say because to me, just the kind of whole got small amount of boys and girls with special abilities, and the mysterious girl appears that changes the destiny of the main character.
Oh no, actually,
It's
actually,
sounds
she
so overdone to me, and just isn't that interesting. They haven't given us a lot to go with the synopsis and the PV. So, I mean, there's one thing to have faith in the staff, which is good. I'd happily. PA Works are a great production company as well. But story-wise, I have nothing to go on that would say I'm gonna give this a shot. To be honest.
Well,
Okay.
I'm hoping for angst for when the special power users are exposed. Like it
Yeah.
suggests that they might be exposed. So if it goes like how X-Men are usually treated, like how mutants are usually treated, that things
That could be interesting.
could-
I'm gonna watch it just because I have faith in PA work, so I'm gonna see if they make it interesting. So I'm gonna put their reputation on the line, and I'm gonna have faith in them. I'm gonna watch an episode of it, see how that goes, because it could be interesting. And if it is like Angel Beats or one of akin to that kind of show, it would be satisfying to watch. But I haven't got sky high hopes of it. Like I don't think it's gonna be as good as like the ones that I have high hope for, like Gangster.
Yeah.
I really think that's gonna I'm really looking forward to that one. So,
What are the genres though? I can't see anything here.
school and supernatural
Ah,
are
okay.
the two genres listed. So doesn't really mention much about action or comedy. So
The
you know,
tragedy
we'll see.
tag only comes when the anime is finished.
Mm.
Yeah, no, don't put the tragedy tag first. That's not great. The next one that I can see is
Easy title. Rocka no Yusha is the next one. And I think the art and animation quality in this one looked really, really good.
Yeah.
And the story idea sounds pretty interesting.
The
And I
story
think
idea
it's
sounds
the
awesome.
best looking animation that Studio Pashon has put out so far from all their series.
I'm not
they
familiar
did, like,
with.
Rail Wars, they did, and a couple of others.
Werewolves,
I
never
think
heard of them.
this animation and artwork might just be worth make the show worth watching, regardless of whether or not it's good. It's kind of a Bleach kind of feeling.
I fell in love with the artwork. I'm not gonna lie. This is one of the when I
Yeah.
watched the PV, it's very short.
The
I think
main
it's like
character
40
looks
seconds
awesome.
long, but yeah.
Oh, it looks great. Like I don't think this is something you need to analyze. I think they're building on the action and the epicness. I mean,
Care to
some
give us
people
the
say it's the
synopsis?
strongest in the world. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, man. Sorry to interrupt. I was just like thinking if someone's gonna.
I keep on forgetting. Yeah. Okay. When the Majin awoke from the depths of darkness, the deity of the deity of fate chose 6 heroes and bequeathed them with the power to save the world. Adoreto, a boy who proclaims himself the strongest on earth, was selected among the Rocka no Yusha, heroes of the 6 flowers, and he goes to the rendezvous point, but 7 have gathered there instead of 6. The heroes suspect that someone among the 7 is the enemy, and the initial suspicion falls on Adoreto. So,
Sounds pretty fun.
Sounds interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the characters all look really fun and cool, and yeah,
They all look
I'm
unique.
definitely gonna try this out.
I'm definitely watching that. There's a cat girl. I am watching it.
Me too. I'm
Isn't it
gonna
a
watch
bunny
this
girl?
one. It's Bunny Girl, I think.
Bunny girl? Oh god damn it! I'm still watching it though.
He doesn't care. Bunny Girl, Cat Girl, as long as it's a girl. Yeah, basically that goes on board. But no, I'll definitely watch it. I've got high hopes for this one as well.
Yeah.
It's not one that I've heard much about, so I've only I know it's a light novel, but I've never read it. I've never heard anything really about it, so I don't know if the story's like any good. But I'm intrigued by the concept, and I'm intrigued by the PV and the art style. So
Yeah.
fingers crossed, this will be one of the good surprises of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man,
unanimous one.
But yeah, the next one on the 5th of July. Now this one is a very special one. I was gonna leave it to last, but I think since we're going in this order,
no,
we've got to go with it. That is Dragon Ball
Dragon
Super!
Ball! Dragon Ball!
We've got in our lifetime
Is
a
this
Dragon Ball
happening?
Z. Dragon Ball Z. A new Dragon Ball story is going to be animated and written.
Oh,
Apparently,
dude.
as correct me if I'm wrong, but this is actually written by Akira Toriyama.
It is. It's directed by him at least. He's
I'm
definitely the
so
one who's
happy.
pushing this thing forward. It's just oh man, Dragon Ball. I am seeing Dragon
Let me give the
Ball
synopsis.
remade in 2015. Oh man.
Yeah, let me get the synopsis here. It's
Okay.
reuniting the franchise's iconic characters. Dragon Ball Super will follow the aftermath of Goku's fierce battle with Majin Buu as he attempts to maintain Earth's fragile peace. Chi-Chi demands that he gets a job, so he works as a radish farmer. And that's one of the little snippets that I've seen. It doesn't, funnily enough, it doesn't mention any kind of enemy. Obviously, it won't. I'm assuming the first few episodes will just be world building in a way, since it's been off the screen for so long. What interests me most is I've seen that apparently this is in for a 100-episode run, which I did not realize it was that long. Apparently, 100 episodes. Now, that's just one thing I've read off one site. So it's kind of, maybe it's a hope fiction, but apparently that's what it's scheduled for, which is way more than I thought.
Me too. I thought it would be
Way more.
20, maybe.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like a mini-series about, 2024, just to be like a nice little return to screens. But that's 100, potentially more.
That's a real comeback. Was Dragon Ball was originally a manga, right?
Yeah. That's 2 years. Yeah. That's 2 years worth of programming,
Episodes.
basically.
Oh man.
We'll still be talking about this one into like
didn't know
the
that.
summer
That's-
2016 season. 2017.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's going to be. I'm personally very excited. Dragon Ball, as probably a lot of people, was the first anime that I picked up in my generation. Like anyone who's early to mid 20s probably Dragon Ball was like your
I'm
first
I'm
episode.
gonna just put it out there. I have watched a grand total of 2 episodes of Dragon Ball
Yeah, same
Noisy.
here.
Z. I actually tried watching the old Dragon Ball, the original series, and it was just too dated for me to
Yep.
really get
I will
into.
say,
I could read the manga though, so I read the entire manga.
And yeah, but a remake, Dragon Ball Super, I'm on that.
Yeah.
I'll actually go and watch this. I
Still need to watch
never
Dragon
watched
Ball.
Dragon Ball before, never read it, so
a tip for anyone
for it.
who wants to watch Dragon Ball: Dragon Ball is dated. Like I will say, that has dated, and it's kind of a bit more abstract. Dragon Ball Z is deliberately more accessible, and you
Yeah.
don't need to have watched Dragon Ball to go to Dragon Ball Z, because I didn't. I watched Dragon Ball Z, and then years later I went back and watched Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball GT, ignore it, pretend it's not there, ignore it harder than you would ignore Final Fantasy X too.
I don't even know what that is, so it looks like.
Yeah, no, you don't need to know what it is. Like, oh, it's just ignore 10-2. Ignore it. Pain who? Pain, get the fuck out of my door.
Man, this is like the Star Wars of anime. Like episode 7 was announced, and I'm like, oh, Star Wars is back again after all. Wait, is it episode 6? Which one are we waiting
Yeah,
for?
episode 7.
Yeah, episode 7. And we're like, oh man, this franchise is back, and everyone welcomes it. Well, this isn't milking a franchise. This is a welcome return.
Oh,
of an
welcome back. No, I'm really,
welcome back. This is
cannot
like,
wait to
you
watch
know,
this.
Dragon Ball Z. This is a franchise. In the year 3000, people will still be welcoming it back. They're like, hell yeah, Dragon Ball Z.
Well, maybe not. I don't know in the year 3000.
There's only so
Akira-
many times you can remake a series.
I was going to say, Akira Toriyama's probably not going to be around. God, I mean, God bless his soul, but I don't think he's going to be around in 1,000 years to come. Maybe, who knows, if he gets to Dragon Balls, makes a wish, maybe, but, you know, I don't think he will.
Did you watch the opening, the PV? What did you think on the PV?
It looks like Dragon Ball.
Exactly.
It just looks like Dragon Ball Z.
For me, it was relieving that it didn't try to be different. It's like old school remastered as.
It's just Dragon Ball Z, and I'm so excited that it's Dragon Ball Z. It looks like how I want it to. I don't want them to change it up too much like they did with GT, and it just, you know, well, let's not go down that road anyway.
Don't
But,
blame the flu on those tears you're crying right now.
I'm really excited. Definitely, obviously, that's one on the list. Probably on the list for everyone else. I don't think we need to, you know, I don't think we need to go over that one too much, because I think everyone's going to check out Dragon Ball if you know what Dragon Ball is. If you don't, check out Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Kai. That's a condensed version of Z, so, you know, that gives you the backstory. There may even be some flashbacks on this one, you don't know. We'll have to have a look. The next anime that's on the list for the 5th of July is God Eater.
Hell yeah.
It's by Ufotable, so they've got a good pedigree for some series before. It's based on a game as well, which is where I knew the name from before.
I was going to ask, have you played it on PSP?
I haven't played the game, but I
have.
almost bought it.
With an emulator.
Oh, sweet. I'll give you the synopsis. It's in the early 2050s, unknown life forms called oracle cells begin their uncontrolled consumption of all life on Earth. Their ravenous appetite and remarkable adaptability earns them dread and awe. Finally, the name Origami in the face of an enemy completely immune to conventional weapons. Urban civilization collapses, and each day humanity is driven further and further towards extinction. One single ray of hope remains for humanity, following the development of God Arcs, living weapons which incorporate oracle cells. Their world is organized in an elite force. In a world ravaged by mad gods, these God Eaters fight a desperate war.
Dystopia. Hell yeah. That is my middle name. My name is Mordecai Dystopia. Oh yeah, Dystopia is something I need to get into. Noisy.
So like this is based on a PSP game that I played ages ago, and I also read 4 chapters of a discontinued God Eater manga series, and then they've done like a spin-off or a long-running series for like a side character in it, which I haven't been interested in, but it's such a cool kind of game concept. It's a really cool universe. I'd really be happy to get back into it. Yeah. The art looks really interesting too. In the PV, they had a kind of semi-CG design and artwork that was reminiscent of a video game. So I think it's going to be a really cool series to like consume story wise, and visually, which I'm just really looking forward to it. It's going to
Yeah,
be great. It's going to
man,
be good.
man, Ufotable has been the production company. Ufotable, how do you pronounce that one? Ufotable. Anyway, they've been tearing things up with their Fate Zero and
Mm,
Garden of Sinners, if you've heard of that one.
yeah, I have.
Kabu
Yeah,
no
it's good.
Kyokai. Their animation is always exquisite, and I think they're
Mm.
perfect for the job of portraying God Eater. I mean, for me, God Eater has always been a fun game, but it's about fighting in a world that's already lost. Dystopia, man. Oh man, that always excites me. It might have a problem since the protagonist is always it's a game, so your protagonist has no personality. You have to put it in there. So I don't know if they'll manage to make
The
it.
the personality they gave him in the original discontinued manga I read
Yeah, yeah.
was pretty cool, and just from the PV, he seems to have a lot of attitude, and I like the look of it a lot. So I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be
Awesome,
good.
awesome. The CG though, I'm hoping they can pull it off. It can look funky sometimes. Looks a,
Yeah, but what I saw, the characters themselves look semi CG, or they look kind of it looks very reminiscent of game animation.
yeah, that's what
So
I thought.
I
That's what
think
I thought,
if they
exactly.
have CG in general, then it won't look too out of place because of how the rest of it is. So I think it's going to be good. I'm really looking forward to it. Definitely on
Yeah,
my
definitely, definitely going to try it too. Yeah, I'm definitely going to try it. The what? Have you ever finished the God Eater game before?
No, I didn't finish it. I was playing on my brother's PSP and it broke, so never got to finish it. So
I've always found it to be a modern Monster Hunter. Like,
yeah, it was very similar to Monster Hunter, which I also had on the PSP before it broke. So ah,
that happens to all the games. But the character designs for this thing, I just yeah. The original game, you watched the anime opening extra for it, right? It's like
yeah,
is it 20 minutes long?
I cannot remember.
I don't know. It's
So
just really short, or 10 minutes maybe. It's just short. It shows the prequel, and just that I was just I was already impressed by. And Ufotable, I have no doubt that they'll pull this one off.
cool.
Hmm.
So the next one, next airing anime, which will air on July 7th, is Akagami no Shirayuki Hime. Hime, I know, means princess, doesn't it? Um, so yeah, it's the story revolves around Shirayuki, a beautiful girl working as a medicine woman who has red hair. Woo! Um, which is very rare in her country.
Protagonists must have colored hair.
Uh, which is very rare in her country. When she is proposed and chased after by the prince of her country, she runs away, only to meet Zen, the prince of a neighboring country. Finding respect for the young man, she decides to serve at his side as his court doctor. Um, to me, so this is done by Studio Bones,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah, Bone
sounds
Studio.
so tame for a Bones anime.
Yep,
I
I also thought.
I think, like, I'm sure it will be production wise fantastic. However, I was reading the synopsis and I couldn't find a PV for it, but like I was reading the synopsis, I was like, this is such a nothing story to me.
Yeah.
Like it says it's historical, but I don't know any history that like went like that. So I don't know. It's just a bit like meh.
I'm not gonna lie. I read the synopsis and just it went in and out. Like I literally just I didn't pick anything up from it. I just sort of I don't know. I think the PV I found said
The art was
it
awesome.
started it started and it said Snow White with red hair. So I don't know if it's supposed to be like based on Snow. I was really confused. I was like, is this
There
based
aren't
on
seven dwarves. I'll be really
That's what I was thinking.
disappointed.
Is there seven dwarfs? And also, that's not historical.
Yeah.
It's like it's not a historical thing. Snow White, I don't think it was a factual event that happened. She didn't live with seven dwarfs in reality. Well, she didn't live. Like, she wasn't real as far as I'm aware.
Disney, the documentary, documentary TV show.
Yeah, it was a reality hidden camera show of Snow White and what gets what goes on. But yeah, no, the art quality seemed fine. Like, it's high as you would expect from Studio Bones.
Yeah, it's just
Um,
when going from stuff like Soul Eater to is it Soul Eater they did?
yeah, I think it was.
They also did Eureka.
There's Soul Eater, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, number 6.
They've done some pretty awesome
That's
anime.
what I mean. You've got a good stock, so I'd have faith in them. But yeah, I have no interest in the story whatsoever, to be honest.
For me, it reminds me of an anime, Soredemo Sekai wa Utsukushi. It's that still the world is still beautiful, which has a plot where a princess, she's stranded, then she gets taken in by a prince, and then she can sing and bring the rain. So she teaches this hard prince about the beauty of life or whatever like that. So it was a heartwarming series, sort of really tame plot. I was surprised, but I got through 5 episodes. The art was mostly the selling point for that one, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't awesome, but I'm interested in this one as well since it really reminds me of that other anime. So I'll try it out.
Maybe I'll wait for your kind of
Yeah,
thoughts on when you watch it.
I think I'd do the same. Yeah.
yeah. Just wait on me and see. I'll take the bullet for this one. Also, I
Thank
trust
you.
in Studio Bones. I also trust in Studio Bones. So yeah, we'll see how that one goes. So.
No worries.
Yeah. Next we are on Jitsu wa Watashi wa.
No. We've missed one out, and it's the big one that everyone's excited about, and that's To Love
Million
Ru.
dollar. Oh no!
No,
Oh,
To
really?
Love Ru. The,
Oh,
a
To
new
Love
season
Ru.
of To Love Ru
I've never
Darkness.
heard of it.
No, I'm kidding. I'm literally kidding. Please, let's not go on about that one.
No, is it bad? No. Let's go on for 1 minute. Is it bad? I've never heard of it. I mean,
You've never heard of To Love Ru?
I've heard of it, but I ignore it. I don't know why. The cover looks etchy as heck, but I'm pissed off for some reason.
It's like it's probably one of the biggest examples of ecchi and harem, and just that. Like, if you're a fan of ecchi, you'll know To Love Ru. But I mean, I've never watched it myself, but it's
I'm a
kind of
fan
like
of
the
ecchi that's
standard
fun,
bearer.
not just stupid. Just okay.
It's the standard bearer of like simulated sex scenes and all these kind of things. Like
Okay.
Kiss X Six? Kiss X Sis is the other one I can think of. That's like hardcore ecchi, and that's 99% of the show. As far as I'm aware, I mean, like I could be doing it a disservice. But as far as I'm aware, that's all I know about it, is that it's very heavy on the ecchi, so I'm going to skip over it. I think I'll miss it. And the next one, sorry, is Jitsu wa Watashi wa.
Not Million Dollar.
Oh, sorry, Million Doll's a new IP, I think. Next one, sorry, is Million Doll, yeah.
Yeah, so next we're having Million Dollar, made by a company called Asahi, based on a web manga, apparently. I love those. There's one fantasy web manga that I enjoy particularly. I just forgot the title now, but it's a fun fantasy one. Anyway, Million Doll revolves around Suko, an idol-loving Hikokomori, a shatin, who has one ability: to make any idol popular through the power of blogging. Oh god, that is awesome. Okay, so she puts her sights on the Fukuoka idol Itorio and tries to make her sell more, but she's impeded by the charismatic idol Rusan and the underground idol Mariko. So this seems to be a show about idols through and through. Like, okay,
Sounds hideous.
can I just summarize my whole thoughts on this thing? It is not for me. It's like that other anime that went over my head, the one with the girls with the gyaru fashion. This
Oh, yeah.
the girls look kawaii indeed, and I might want to kidnap, but nope.
I don't have
I don't
any.
think this anime is aimed at me like at all. I can tell at a glance from the cover to the synopsis that this is for a different audience. So I have nothing more to say other.
It's an idol anime, so I wouldn't watch them by choice. However, a few of them do pleasantly surprise. Cinderella Girls, particularly last season, seemed to be okay from what I saw. So
Cinderella Girl, what's that?
it was an idol one. It was an idol-based anime that was on the winter season.
Mhm.
I think it's got a second season this season actually, but I'm not going to watch the second season. But I watched a few episodes of it just during the first impression reviews, and it actually wasn't too bad. I found some of the characters interesting because they're not just like basically the premise was that they were average girls and they were put into a idol group, so they weren't just the airheaded kind of famous already. You had to see their journey and their transition from being normal people. So it was an added layer, so it was interesting. But yeah, personally for $1 million, I'll probably give a miss. There's nothing
Yeah.
there that interests me, to be honest. It just seems like a bog standard idol anime to me.
Yeah, I'm not sold by this power of blogging thing or whatever. It's just a gimmick, really. I mean, it does make it a little bit unique, stand out from the crowd a little bit. That you've got an idol that might not be popular, and so through the internet, it's
Yeah.
becoming more popular. But that to me is just a real gimmick that would only appease people that are interested in the kind of idol girl genre already.
I
So
would like to see
yeah, not for me.
an idol deconstruction though, where the popularity gets so bad that serious things happen, where they prank each other and then it ends up in murder, and then yeah.
That's a bit serious, isn't it? Can't have
That's a
little girls murdering
deconstruction.
each
Okay,
other.
okay,
Jeez.
sorry, Ramosh came over me for a moment there. So okay, yeah.
No, that one I might actually watch. Just
I love deconstruction, so
yeah, they're good.
Yeah, but we'll give it a try, see how it goes. If not, if not. Next one on the list for the 7th of July is Jitsu wa Watashi wa. This is a comedy, a fantasy, a romance, a school, and a shonen, according to the genre tags. It's by TMS Entertainment, and the synopsis is as follows. It's Asashi Kuramini. Oh, I cannot talk today. Asashi is a high school student who supposedly cannot keep a secret. One day she spots her crush Yuko unfurling a large pair of wings from her back. She explains to him that she is a vampire and is only able to attend a normal school on the condition that no one discover her true identity. Asashi swears to keep her secret, but finds it hard to maintain, seeing as how Yoko herself is an airhead and Asashi's friend Mikan keeps bullying the two of them. Eventually discovers more girls in her school with the secrets of their own, a tiny alien who rides a human-sized exoskeleton of herself,
what?
a werewolf capable of switching gender at any depiction of the
What?
moon, a 1,000-year-old demon who secretly runs the school, and more who
Okay.
pose a challenge as Asashi tries to keep Yoko's secret. So it seems like yokai school, but no one knows each other's a monster.
Yeah.
The PV,
Those-
yeah, sorry, like what you going to say?
No, it just sounds really, really interesting. I mean, those other characters, like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's kind of an eclectic mix of characters. The PV just sort of shows off like it's all happy-go-lucky, kind of cheery sort of thing. I kind of get a backer and test vibe from it for some reason. I don't know why, even though it's nothing to do with that. I just kind of see it like as a cheery high school one with a silly twist. Could be good for comedy value.
I think I'd be more inclined to try it out if it didn't look like such a harem.
It's
Yeah, it's
looks
definitely
like
a harem.
I think
Agatha
like
Test was a harem, you should remember, but it was awesome. It was
but
really
but
cool.
like there's no sense of there's a tiny bit sense of verticality from like the person who runs the school, and then you've got really not much character depth in terms of alternate genders and stuff like that. You've got a single male main character and then a bunch of female characters, and that to me like it takes away a level of depth that I would make me more inclined to try it out and enjoy it. So I don't know. I really like the concept. I just don't think I like the execution from the offset.
Are you going to try it out or?
I think this is one. If someone else is going to watch it, then I'll wait until
Well,
they.
I think it might be really good if it's done well.
I'm
I
just
wanna
not
see-
convinced
I
by
wanna
the
see how it works
execution
out.
already. So
So I find it truly interesting. So I'll try it out. So yeah.
Yeah, I might try it out, but I don't think so. Yeah, personally, I don't think so.
All right. So next on the list, I believe, is Non Non Biori Repeat.
That's a
Which
season.
is it a season 2?
No, it isn't. Is it?
I don't think it's season 2.
Doesn't say anywhere.
Oh my God. Okay, it was so similar to another anime that had this cover that I wanted to ask you guys about as well. But okay, fine. Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
It's a comedy school slice of life, produced by Silverlink. Airs on July 7th. And its plot summary is as follows. Elementary school student Ichijo Hotaru has moved with her parents from Tokyo to the middle of the country. Now she must adapt to her new school where there are a total of 5 students in the same class who range through elementary and middle school ages, join their everyday adventures in the countryside. It sounds like your typical charming young cast anime. I think that a lot of it could be very, very nice to watch if you're needing a pick-me-up, if you're needing something just to cheer you up, something to calm down to. Other than that, there's really not much to say about it. I didn't actually hear much of the voice acting, so and that for me with kids voice acting, child characters voice acting is a huge part of whether or not I'll enjoy a series or not. If they have good voice acting, then this might be one of those shows that I just sit down and watch to unwind a bit. I mean, it's about a city kid going to the country, and where has that been done before? And what did I think of it?
Barakamon.
Best show of that season. Brilliant.
Man, I don't. But for me, it feels like a case where the marketing is just the cover page, man. It just looks so. It reminds me of summer. Yeah, it just the cover.
Yeah.
It looks
I
nice.
just really want to.
I know what you mean. It's kind of like a light-hearted kid, children going on an adventure. I've got no interest in it. I'm not going to watch it, to be honest.
Okay, then we might as well move over to something more serious other than summer. Overlord.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh man, just the cover, that sound effect fits it so well. There's a skeleton with shooting a lightning thing like a Vader skeleton thing. I was just so okay. So this is an anime made by Madhouse. It's an action fantasy game magic anime. So definitely expect a gaming world thing here. But yeah, it's been done before, but I think this one really has its own merits. The synopsis is as follows. In the year 2138, virtual reality gaming is booming.
And we speak really slowly.
I'm speaking really slowly because there's this messed up Nordic word, Yggdrasil.
Yggdrasil.
What? Okay, yeah. That is the name of a popular online game that is quietly shut down one day. So it's not, yeah, okay. So it's not like all the other virtual game animes where it's a popular gaming world that is too popular. Okay, however, one player named Momonga decides not to log out. Momonga is then transformed into the image of a skeleton as the most powerful wizard. The world continues to change with non-players beginning to feel emotions, and having no parents, Momonga decides to strive to take over this new game world. So he embraces his role as a skeleton overlord. It's made by Madhouse, and I think from the synopsis, it is pretty interesting. I think this is a gaming world anime that puts a new spin on things.
Yeah, definitely.
Like
You've never had a
protagonist
main
is solo.
character taking over before.
Yeah, I'm interested in it.
Yeah, like the protagonist is solo. He isn't trying to save the fate of the world, or he doesn't have some sister to fall in love with or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically he devotes himself to the game. Then he decides to be, he's going to take
ruler
over.
of the
Yeah,
world.
I think it looks pretty cool. Again, I don't know how dark it's going to be. I don't think it's probably not going to be light, but it's probably not going to be too much of a tragic tone, But I think it should be fun, depending on the game mechanics. Hopefully the combat should be interesting as well.
You know what struck me though was that the production doesn't look very Madhouse. I think his like the skeletal character looks pretty kind of Madhousey, but the rest of it doesn't. And I'm a bit worried. They had a really cool in the PV. They had a really cool scene with a bunch of CG skeleton warriors clashing. But I'm a bit worried they blew a lot of budget on that and haven't dedicated a lot of budget to kind of the overall production and artwork. So we'll have to see how that turns out. It is Madhouse, so kind of gotta have some faith in them.
Yeah.
But like, it does look cool. It does look pretty cool, and I like the fact that it's an original take on a kind of a main character now being the one that's going to take over the world and make everyone his underlings. So.
Okay.
Definitely we'll watch then, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'll give it a watch. Okay. Next one is this is a nice little fun one, I guess. It's Sorega Seiyu. Now, it's a comedy and it's produced by Studio Gonzo. The series centers on Futaba Ichinose, Ichigo Moasake, and Rin Konoha, 3 rookie voice actresses. The manga features small but humorous observations of the voice actor industry. So it's kind of like just a critique almost, and tongue-in-cheek look at the voice actress industry. I'm pretty interested. It could have some value. It could have some useful insights to actually like the voice of seiyus, and it could also provide some laughs. So I'm going to check it out.
If they don't have 40-year-old women voicing 9-year-old children, I will call shenanigans. That's what they do.
They should be a bit like Bakuman. They should really put some real content into it. Not only the
I'm interested in how inside they get, but it could be interesting. Could be that interesting.
It's a 4-koma manga though. It's adapted from a 4-koma manga, so I don't know how in depth those get. Do you?
4-koma manga, they can get pretty in depth actually. It's surprising. There's that fantasy manga that I forgot. It was a web manga. I'll look into it later. But yeah, they can get into in depth, and the manga can be pretty good. There's one about a cockroach, Gokubiri something. It's a seinen comedy about a cockroach that's trying to be accepted in modern life in Japan, and it looks really silly, but it ended up being really good, the anime. There's also was Lucky Star a 4-panel manga?
No idea.
Did I just say 4-panel? Okay. 4-panel manga. Yeah, but
I don't know. Anyway, yeah.
For comma, they can have potential, but normally not. I'm also suspicious of that thing. And I do not like Gonzo. I forgot which anime they didn't do well for me. So, while it might be interesting for some real life information on the voice acting industry, I will not watch this one. I'll wait for someone else to say something, but otherwise, no.
They've done a lot of good stuff though, Gonzo, I think.
Okay.
Like Basilisk and
Oh, they did Basilisk. Oh.
Are you going to give it a watch, Noisy?
You know what? I'm tempted, which is weird. I feel really weird saying that, but I'm tempted to give it a watch. Again, as a kind of light-hearted, kind of whimsical type thing.
Okay, no worries.
And Vacant, will you watch it?
I'm going to give it a watch, yeah.
So then we move on to Monster Musume no Iru Nichijo. That's my turn to introduce the anime, right?
Yeah.
Well,
okay, so
Noisy's, but yeah, no,
it's Noisy's. It's Noisy's.
Fine.
You go for it, dude.
Go for it.
Okay, fine. The next anime. Yeah. So the synopsis for Monster Musume no Iru Nichijo. It's made by So 3 years monsters, they're real and they want to date us. Okay, I think that this is the entire plot. 3 years ago, the world learned that harpies, centaurs, cat girls, and all manners of fabulous creatures are not merely fiction. They are flesh and blood, not to mention scale, feather, horn, and fang. Thanks to the Culture Exchange Between Species Act, these once mythological creatures have assimilated into society, or at least they're trying. So, of course, comes the protagonist, a hapless human named Kuruso Kimihoto, and he's inducted as a volunteer into the exchange program. His world is turned upside down since a snake-like lamia. What is a lamia? Named Mia comes to live with him, and it is Kuroso's job to take care of her and make sure she integrates into his everyday life. Unfortunately for Kuroso, Mia is undeniably sexy. Of course, that's a problem. And the law against listen to this next part. And the law against interspecies breeding is very strict. Okay. So even worse, when a ravishing centaur girl and a flirtatious harpy move in, okay, what's a full-blooded teenage human with raging hormones to do? You know, that synopsis is it's special. Okay, but yeah, it summarizes the whole show. Basically, monsters, they're real and they want to date us, I guess.
I think they missed furry off the bloody genre listing.
Yeah.
There's got to be some weird anime.
Oh man,
That guy is going to try and bone every incarnation of monsters. I'm talking vampires, zombies, Frankensteins, werewolves. He's going to do the whole lot.
Japanese, man.
But hey, what's a teenager with raging hormones to do?
That synopsis was special. Have you watched the PV?
No.
No.
I don't think you can watch this in a
Have
room
you ever heard of this
without
anime?
being alone.
Did you hear of the manga that it came out from?
No.
No, okay, for me it's actually creepy to see this anime come up because on the forum Manga Raiders, I saw a post way back when, like 4 years ago. Someone posted a picture with this exact monster girl and said, "Which manga is this?" And then we looked for it and we didn't know what it was because it looked like it was a manga then. So it's really weird to see that this is it turns out to be an anime later. I completely ignored this. It was some obscure thing. So yeah, I guess we're truly in the era of reboots and stuff. So it's great to see some old things picked up like this.
So will you watch it?
Yeah, I'll watch it on principle. I mean,
Principle that there will be boobs.
Yes. Not these weird fetishes of what is a lamia, man? Oh,
It's some
I
snake.
assume it's a snake lady.
I think it is. Something to do with vampires.
have you ever heard of the anime Mermaid Bride?
Yeah.
Bride is a mermaid. Oh yeah. So it might be really as good as that. Gag and really hilarious.
Somehow I'm not counting on it being as witty as My Bride is a Mermaid or Mermaid
You
Bride.
guys aren't watching it, are you? You guys are.
Nope.
No way. I'm sorry. Of all the stupid concepts to come out this season, that is by far one of the dumbest to me. So, no.
Oh man.
No way.
Okay, I'll take the bullet for this one though. So
It's
don't.
a monster girl, ecchi, and harem fest. So nothing really that I'm
The
interested in. to be honest.
fetishism will really get real, man. Seriously. I think my mind will be confused.
If she's half, can I just ask? If she's half snake at the top and half snake at the bottom, how would they actually, have sex?
You know the worst thing that I saw? In the PV, she holds up a condom. So I'm like, this show.
Oh, shocked,
Oh my
morally offended.
This show is really going to get real. I'm like,
That's not the worst thing that I've ever seen in a show. I'll be honest. A condom.
in an anime.
It's a condom.
Speaking of worse things, can I draw attention to the next little ditty we have?
You
on
can
the
indeed,
on the
and I
list?
feel it's fitting that these two are together.
Fucking Bikini Warrior.
Hands up, who's watching Bikini Warriors?
What is Bikini Warriors?
This is a short, and I know weren't going to talk about shorts, but it is.
Oh my
it is
god!
just so-
what is Bikini? Oh my god! Oh,
Lego,
this goes-
don't get a boner, please, on the
I'm
podcast.
drooling over my key. Shut up, man. Let me drool.
Can I do the honour of doing the synopsis for this?
you can.
Now, this is not my words. This is not my words. This is not my words. This is livechart.me. Here we go. So the setting is an RPG-style world with swords and magic, where adventurers form a party to challenge the Demon King's right to rule. But the adventurers all have beautiful breasts, enormous breasts, and bikini armor.
I think this is a very topical anime about the objectification of women in video games, and how the armor, the higher level you go, the less and less it covers the body. I think it's a real important issue, guys.
You think it's
Yeah,
satirical?
I think they're trying to talk about these serious themes it's like an open discussion in a certain art form.
Dude, I was being really sarcastic.
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, I think I'm going to watch this anime for its content, and I do believe there's a story behind it. Makes you question what happened to the chest plate armor for it to be.
There's 2 huge plot points in this.
Yeah, so I don't know about you guys, but I'm
And
just
each plot point has its own physics, its own jiggle physics.
Yeah, those are the plot points I'm talking about. Oh,
No way, mate. It's even though they're 5-minute episodes, I'm not dedicating 5 minutes of my time to watching an episode of this. Sorry, no way.
I'm gonna pass on it. Unfortunately, I think
honestly, ecchi that's just flat out ecchi.
It's unashamed ecchi. It should just be porn. That's my advice. If
Yeah,
you want to see boobs that bad,
that's
Google
what
boobs.
That's what I think as well. Like, you can't enjoy it. Like, yeah, nah. I'll try it out though, definitely.
There is a lot of ecchi this season. Like more than most seasons in the past few years. I think this season has the most ecchi I've seen in a long time.
I need to look into that, but yeah, I do believe that there's a lot of it coming in. The problem is that the ecchi is getting in the way of the stories too. So.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I think that's a good point to leave off part 1. So
Yeah.
I think we'll leave off part 1 of the anime review because we've gone slightly long at the moment. So thanks for listening, everyone. We will have part 2 shortly. That'll feature obviously the other half of the anime season, and we'll preview them. If you like this, make sure you check us out on iTunes. Check out the original MangaRaiders.com. Leave us any comments, any questions, and we will see you shortly.
See you, guys.
Later.
Bye.
Ciao.